your mother. It's time for another episode of Birds with Friends. Just a trio of feathery brethren weathering any season to see the Eagles eat teams like Scrammy's top with cheese. It's Philadelphia. Bo, Sheil, and Zach kicking it cooler than 3 penguins till Zach runs off with his valet keys. He's a real nuanced goose. Pull up a branch, get loose. It's time for some juice on some
Birds with Friends.
The early bird gets the worm, but prefers getting turned like a turn on some
Birds with Friends.
Bo, Sheil, and Zach coming at you with stats and things flapping their wings on
Birds with Friends.
All I know is Zach said he has a game where Sheil don't read both 7,000 words, and I said I'm in. Let's go. Let's do it.
And so the purpose
that's what I needed was not to get at least one more reader. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Birds with Friends on a Thursday afternoon, 3:30-ish, as the Eagles prepare for a weekend trip to Denver, Mile High, to take on the 5-4 Broncos. Bo Wulf, Zach Berman, Marissa Morris, Sheil Kapadia here to preview that game. We will get into the latest news from the NovaCare complex with our Stone Cold newsman and Bird on the street. We will get to know a little bit about this Broncos team, Crow Thine Enemy, and dip into the knowledge of senior national writer Sheil Kapadia. We will return to the bidding stage in Swooper Soarcasting. We will make our final predictions in Crystal Bald Eagle. Of course, you can subscribe to The Athletic for a nice discount at theathletic.com/birdswithfriends. Sheil, Zach, have the temperatures come down a little bit? Are you still ready to go after each other, or have the returns to your respective corners cooled things down?
I thought it was
Sheil?
I thought it was a great segment. I mean, we got a lot of
fantastic,
compliments. It was actual football talk, not JH talk. People enjoyed it. It was genuine, taking each side, having a little old-fashioned football debate. I thought it was great. One of our best segments of the year, I would say.
Not my
It's a
finest
long
moment.
year, but
Not my finest moment. Was not particularly proud about that episode.
what are you talking about, Zach? You were
overall,
great.
Well, it's
This
not
is your worst. This is your worst take yet.
It's not an argument. It's not a hill I want to die on. Number one, okay. I always
I don't
say,
want to either. Trust me, the Eagles' offense is good.
Yeah,
I don't want
so,
to die on that hill.
Yeah, number two, and this kind of counters a lot of I suppose what people think make effective podcasting or talk radio or whatever it may be. But I don't feel like you need to have a strong take on everything, and when you do have a take, you need to come prepared, right? I didn't come prepared with that take. It's not something I
didn't tell you what I was coming to the table with. It was spontaneous.
So I'd rather have a more impassioned debate about something that I feel passionate about. Defending that defense was not like something that I feel passionate about. And I was just frustrated because I was a little behind on a story that I was hoping to get finished. And I should never let my personal, how I'm feeling personally, get in the way of the podcast. Anyways,
voluminous
this is gonna be
check-in on
better.
Jalen Hurts that you published this morning.
Yes, yeah, it was. I finally finished it last night, but the other day, I was hoping to finish it Tuesday night, and it was just one of those things between access and podcasts and kids. I couldn't get the time I needed to finish.
I will breaker no apologies from you about your performance last episode.
was
You did a
great.
wonderful job. Everybody enjoyed it.
I was thinking I need to in my writing. I want to have more takes. I feel like as I was coming up, I was known as like the reasoned guy. I didn't go too far one way or
what
the
a
other.
flex that is. Coming up, I was known as the reasoned guy.
I think that's right. I mean, I think that's what I think people appreciated that about my writing. Is that a flex? I don't know.
I think so.
I appreciated that about your writing.
Oh,
yeah.
see, thank you. Somebody.
I don't know if that's what you were known as. I think you were known as.
I mean, among like the 3 people who read, I'm saying,
you were known as the film guy. You were doing the film before the film.
Well, listen, there were a lot of different chapters we can get into in a different time. But sometimes I just have these takes, and I'm like, the old school columnist would just throw it out there with no backing. I feel like I can at least give some evidence, but then go like big into it. Like I've got a big sort of like I'm workshopping like a Patriot, like the Patriots are, the most overrated team in the league right now, or something like that,
Obviously.
like why don't I just write that as like an 800-word column? Here's why I think so. What am I afraid of? rather than like, oh, you got to show both sides and like here are 10 things. Like, maybe I just need to let it rip a little more. I feel like in this next stage of my career.
You want to be the unreasonable guy.
Well, just let it rip a little bit. You don't have to be scared. You'll be wrong. Who cares?
You miss it. Take your shot.
You see TC and you move on to the next one.
Absolutely. Keep it going.
I do think with our job sometimes good
move the
can be
chains.
the enemy of great, right? Like you spend
What's that?
I think with our job sometimes good is the enemy of great, right? Like sometimes it's good to just get a good piece out and get it there and then move on to something else that's good as opposed to
I need to do that. Good point.
Yeah. You're like, I need to make this great. I need to make this great. And then it's almost
that's my problem with the day after.
I mean, stupidest idea I had last week for my Tuesday call, re-rank every freaking offense for the second half of the season. Takes me all day. I hate myself. I don't want to read that. Nobody wants to read that. I should just say, I think I need to be more singularly focused, Here's the take on this. Boom. 800 words, 1,000 words. Let it rip and move on. All right.
If you are in the live chat, make sure you give us your Swooper Soarcasting suggestions. Marissa will pull 3 of those for when we get to that stage of the show. But before we move on, why don't we send it over to the NovaCare Complex, where Zach Berman is on the scene, prepared to tell us everything that's happening with the Philadelphia Eagles.
How fast that person was running there. The Eagles hope that their new running back runs faster than that. Jordan Howard, promoted from the practice squad, now a member of the 53-man roster again. Jordan Howard is going to be a big part of the backfield Sunday against the Denver Broncos, but who is going to be out there joining him and who might not be out there at all? The Eagles practice today. They did not have anybody who did not practice who's on the 53, so that's a positive sign. Josh Sweat, who had been in the concussion protocol earlier this week, was a limited participant in practice today. The portion that we were able to watch, he was active with the other defensive linemen, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Darius Slay was limited with a hamstring injury. It sounds like he's going to play. Same thing with Avonte Maddox with a knee injury. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside continues to be limited with an ankle injury, but that's a little bit of an upgrade over yesterday, so pay attention to where J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is. Other than that, no other major injuries. Devontae Smith has an elbow injury, full participant in practice. He's going to play. The veterans continue to rest, but they were full today. Javon Hargrave has a shoulder injury, full participant today. He's going to play as well. So some key injuries to watch from Denver's side. We will have those mentioned in tomorrow's cheat sheet. Make sure you check that out on The Athletic and check out all the Broncos coverage on The Athletic as well. For Birds with Friends, I'm Zach Berman. Back to you, Bo.
Sheil, do you think that you will follow Zach's lead and pay close attention to where J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is over the next couple of days?
Where's OBJ going? The Rams?
Los Angeles Rams, according to Adam Schefter.
Wow.
A surprise. That was not one of the teams that everybody was talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I had to write the field, like they picked 3 or 4 teams he was most likely to go to. Then I had to pick other teams that were not covered. I did not have the Rams in there.
Well,
I wonder what unseemly
paying
favor
him?
Adam Schefter will give in return for getting that scoop.
Our outstanding Rams beat writer
At a future
Jordan Rodriguez had the color out there today from Sean McVay's press conference when it was asked about Beckham, and he couldn't really contain a smile. He was smiling through it. He said, "We'll see." Les is always busy with that stuff, so. Deshaun Jackson forces his way out. It's up in Vegas. Odell steps in. So I actually think the Rams got the better end of that swap.
Oh, you think so?
This might be a bit much. I don't know. I mean, there's one ball to go around. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are both healthy. I guess he'll slot in there as their
and Robert Woods, I think, considered by some to be perhaps the best wide receiver in the entire league.
No, a third wide receiver. Wow, they're really
and then their third wide receiver now is Bo's favorite.
That's right,
Dan Jefferson.
Yeah. I was remembering Bo's Michael Pittman take when he said that the moment he decided he was out on Frank Reich was when that Michael Pittman. It was like a clip of Frank Reich talking about Michael Pittman. Pittman's making plays every week.
He's been very good. I still
I've been
stand.
wrong a lot. Yeah.
I stand. Oh, I stand by like the
I was
way
just
that he was
thinking
talking
of that
about him. But
recently.
yeah,
These are the things that
I'm
pop
not
into my head.
I'm not willing to take the L on Michael Pittman just yet because it was more about him compared to the other guys who were in the second round. They took him over, but I mean, he has certainly been better than I thought.
I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way. Okay, like I hope this is not
Let it
offensive.
He's going to take a shot. Here we go. Let's go. He took it. He went after you, Sheil. Now it's going to be Zach and me. Here we go.
Bo is the reason why some of these baseball players in like the Dominican Republic lie about their age, right? Because some scouts just scouts just look at the age and they're like, oh, we're out on the this guy's 17, not 15, so we're not going to sign him. Bo sees at 23 or 20. What, Van Jefferson was 24 years old? So Bo was out on him. Michael Pittman
was 24 years old. He had never had a good season in college, despite always being the oldest guy. He had to transfer because he wasn't good enough at his previous school. Give me a break.
Michael Pittman was 23, right? Bo was out on him.
Yeah, I mean, I never said there's no good 23-year-old receivers. I'm saying I'd rather bet on somebody else.
Just saying. This is why. This is why I
would have signed El Duque in a second.
I always appreciated the London Fletcher story where he had to lie about his height coming out of college. I think he was at John Carroll, right? And he had to say he was 6 foot because like no one would look at a 5'10" linebacker. And then once he got in the league, he actually changed it. But just watch the players.
Okay, and so what does that mean? You're the reason that Brandon Whedon is a first-round pick?
All right, so go.
All right, you were okay with the Danny Watkins selection because he had upside as a 26-year-old?
There's a difference between a 26-year-old and a 23.
Okay, well, I mean, it's all part of the scale.
I can't wait. For Bo's Kenny Pickett evaluation this offseason, right? Like you're just gonna kill the guy because of his age and his hand size
and his name.
Oh, Kenny is a great name. You don't like Kenny?
I don't like a quarterback named Pickett.
Oh. All right.
Michael actually snapped for him a few times over the summer.
He moves up my board a little bit.
Yeah, he said he was a nice guy.
All right.
I don't know how they got connected. Some workout circles. Some
they're probably about the
Princeton
same
guys.
age.
Some Coach Flynn guys. And they worked out in Jersey over the summer. So.
Here we go.
Go
no,
Tigers.
I mean coincidence. He's having a great year. I don't know, but we shall see.
I don't think so. Yeah, it comes out of nowhere after that.
Yeah. Correlation equals causation, as far as I'm concerned. All right, Zach, you got anybody else you want to defend? Any other old people?
Any old people? No. Let's get to it.
Okay. All right. I don't think there's much that we need to go over from the week that was Eagles wise. Not much from the coordinators, not much from the players we've talked to. So,
well, that's not true.
Okay. Well, then tell me what we want to talk about.
No, there's some good nuggets. So that Davion Taylor, who went to Colorado. Okay, this is and Boulder's like 45 minutes from Denver, so you wouldn't think it's like a homecoming type game, but this is a significant game for Davion Taylor. His junior year at Colorado, he was on his first game was against Colorado State. It was at I guess I can call it Mile High Stadium. What is it? The name keeps changing, but Mile High Stadium. And
he's played there before that, so he's a member of the Mile High Club.
Yeah, the Mile High Stadium one, right? Or Mile High Field. And so he's walking the field before the game, and he's saying to himself, one day he's gonna be back here as an NFL player. All right, that was like it was a big moment. So it's gonna be pretty sentimental for him. He's gonna take that same walk before the game on Sunday in Denver. There was one, Landon Dickerson, you might remember, or I shouldn't say remember, you might have seen him. He's brought over from Alabama, that demonstrative, like, pointing at the person who goes off sides. All right. He says that they were taught to do that in Alabama because sometimes the neutral zone infractions weren't called. And so he does it not as like a form of mockery. He does it so it's like blatant that there was a neutral zone infraction. But some defensive linemen interpret it differently than some others do. So those were a few little nuggets I learned on the side today. You guys don't seem impressed.
I'm sorry. I'm sending Marissa my swooper. I'm getting slacked a little bit
We
about
have
the.
some more OBJ news. Apparently,
Yeah.
he has not officially decided between the Packers and the Rams, according to NFL Network's
I mean, this
Kim
guy
Go to the
loves to
Rams.
talk about the attention. I mean, unbelievable. Like, just pick a team already. This isn't. It's like the middle of a season. There are reports like he's going to wait till after Sunday. Like, I mean, how much time do you need? We're talking about like the next 8 weeks here, not the next 8 years of your life. But anyway,
He should go to
All
New Orleans, but
no, he shouldn't. Who wants to play
Why?
with Trevor Siemian? I couldn't understand why that was even an option for him.
Well,
I mean,
first
talk about
off-
a situation that's guaranteed to be a
Yeah.
disaster.
It's gonna
All right,
be.
so-
He's gonna be livid.
a few things there.
I do
make
like New
sure-
Orleans though.
Yeah, make sure all our viewers and listeners check out the video that we did for our national segment. And Bo, it was one of Bo's predictions that the Saints make the playoffs with a different quarterback, right? So he could be playing with a different quarterback. Number two, he's from New Orleans, so I always like a hometown situation. Number three,
Oh my
he's-
God.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay, wait,
OBJ,
number
hold on.
three.
Wait, I gotta say this real quick. So OBJ is telling reporters that he's on the fence, and the Rams website has posted that they've added OBJ.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
and
sorry,
then
go ahead.
no problem. No, and then number three, Michael Thomas not returning this year, so the opportunity is good there. Sean Payton can scheme you up, and don't know. I actually like a Trevor Siemian, so we'll get to that next week.
But I don't think that's gonna keep him coming, Zach. I don't think people are subscribing for the Trevor Siemian tease right there.
Tune in next week. You know what?
All right.
I know how much Bo likes Northwestern quarterbacks. So Trevor Siemian and Clayton Thorson, that combination was
Mike Kafka.
Mike Kafka. There you go.
All right.
Game of the
Can we
old
move
bird.
on? Let's add some pace.
I'm
here.
still mad about the Michael Pittman thing.
Listen.
I'm miffed as Zach. as Zach would say.
With Zach's with me bringing it up or Zach's argument.
No, with the subsequent argument about age with
subsequent.
Zach. Yeah.
I was gonna say if I have to eat it on the Rager thing every day, I at least need to bring up like a Pittman once. in
Oh,
a
it's
while.
totally fair. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Why don't we take a little break, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and talk about this Denver Broncos team. When the moment for intimacy arrives, you need to be ready. Roman ready. Whether you've been in a relationship for years or are just getting started, having the confidence that comes from preparation means you're free to enjoy the moment when the moment comes. Even though you're far from ordinary, the truth is that ED is really quite common. In fact, 52% of guys aged 40 to 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Go to getroman.com/BWF now to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get $15 off your first month of treatment. The benefits of ED treatment can help you reconnect with your partner and rediscover the joy of sex. Roman Ready is confidence personified. It is the self-assurance that comes from knowing you've prepared yourself for the moment when intimacy arrives. Roman's system is completely confidential and totally discreet. No big logos or labels on packages, and the whole process is straightforward. Getting started is very simple. Just go to getroman.com/BWF and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Just go to getroman.com/BWF today, and if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this fall. Roman Ready. Ding, ding, ding. That's right. It's time for me to tell you about Chime. Chime is an award-winning app and debit card that has saved its members more than $10 billion in overdraft fees with SpotMe fee-free overdraft. Eligible members can overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no fees. Now you deserve to have financial peace of mind. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. What is wrong with me? Credit score? Credit scar? I hope not. Credit score. Get started today at chime.com/BWF. That's chime.com/BWF. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank, NA, members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Chime member overdraft fee savings based on eligible members' use of Spot Me versus $33 average overdraft fee. Overdraft fee data based on bank rate checking account survey and CRL June 2020 overdraft fees report. All right, welcome back to Birds with Friends. Let's talk a little bit about this Broncos team, Sheila. And I was surprised, without having followed them super closely this year, how similar their statistical profile is, at least in terms of DVOA, to the Eagles. Eagles 13th in offensive DVOA, Broncos 14th. Eagles 24th in defensive DVOA, Broncos 22nd. Maybe a bit of a surprise with Vic Fangio at the helm. We know about their playmakers on the outside, I guess, despite the KJ Hamler injury. But Teddy Bridgewater, by all accounts, has been very good this year. But they've got some injuries on the offensive line. What's their offense like? Is it as boring as we would expect from Pat Shurmur?
Save that for Swooper Soarcasting. Yeah, I don't know that Shurmur is giving them a big bump, but Teddy Bridgewater has been very accurate, completing over 70% of his passes. All the advanced metrics are pretty good on him. 6th in EPA per play, 4th in completion percentage over expectation. He'll push the ball downfield a little bit. So their passing game has been fine. I think he is a competent starting quarterback. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's terrible. He's going to be middle of the pack. He's going to be pretty consistent. He doesn't have terrible games. I dropped all the quarterback performances of this year into a bucket, kind of like what I was talking about on the last podcast, and looked at. I
feel like this podcast is very pro bucket.
Okay. Who hasn't had
I like my wide receiver buckets. You like your buckets? We like a bucket.
Bottom 25% performance this year. There are 3 quarterbacks. So let's qualify that as a bad game. You haven't been in the bottom 25% of all starting quarter. Who do you think the 3 starters are who haven't had a bad game this season? I guess I'm giving away one of them because one of them is Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Kyler Murray.
Correct.
And Lamar Jackson.
No.
Matthew Stafford.
No.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So those are the 3. So it's not that
Bridgewater. It's been a long time since he's had a bad game. So
it's not that Bridgewater.
The Bears game last year.
Spectacular.
Long time ago.
He's avoided those terrible games. Wide receivers, I've always liked a Courtland Sutton. Tim Patrick is I would give him the red zone crown. Like if you just have red zone on and they're flashing a Broncos games, he's making like 3 amazing plays a week. But he's got over 500 receiving yards, so he's been good. Jerry Jeudy is back healthy. Noah Fant, I believe, is coming back. So they've got some good pass catching options. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams have combined for over 900 yards. Williams more of a big play threat. Gordon more of a consistent running back for them. So like you said, the big question is their offensive line. They could be down 3 starters, I think. I didn't see if Garrett Bowles is practicing today or not, but they're certainly down their right side of their offensive line, I believe, right guard and right tackle, and they could be down their left tackle too.
Yeah, at practice today, they went without Garrett Bowles, Bobby Massey, Dalton Risner, and also Pat Surtain.
Yeah, I think Surtain is definitely out.
Yep,
for this game. So that's the offense.
I guess I'm in an easily agitated mood today.
Rams website deletes the post. This is getting spicy.
Wow, it would be very nice if Schefter is wrong about this on the same week he's getting just rightfully crushed for his Dalvin Cook coverage. What? Are you going to defend his Dalvin Cook thing?
No, I'm just saying we don't need to get into a Schefter discussion on Birds with Friends.
I don't know.
We don't need to have commentary on everything, is my point.
I'm not commentating on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I'm just saying Adam Schefter could be doing a better job.
All right. Broncos defense, 6th in EPA per drive, 2nd in success rate, 3rd in points allowed. Why is their DVOA so low?
I was surprised by why it's so
I
low
don't know.
because by every
they have
other
a
measure,
very easy schedule, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, their run DVOA is 23rd. They've been very bad on 3rd down, but
I mean, they're not a great
surprises
defense.
me too.
Their pass rush hasn't been good. They definitely had some bad games in there. I thought it would be a little bit higher than 22nd. They're 10th in sack rate, 9th in pressure rate. They got rid of Von Miller. They don't have a great pass rush, really. They're sort of figuring it out. They blitz fairly often. Their secondary is good when healthy. Oh man, I just thought of a good Swooper Soarcasting. I'm going to switch my 3rd one, Marissa. Okay. I'll send you a 3rd.
I know exactly. I already know what it's going to be. Can I predict it? It's going to be. It's going to be the Ronald Darby thing. Yeah.
Yes. 100%. So Pat Surtain's out. I think he's probably been their best corner this year. So he's out. Bryce Callahan, their nickel, he's out. Kyle Fuller, remember there was the big hullabaloo over them. He got benched a few weeks ago and then got back in the lineup.
He's
so
back. He's back now, yeah.
Kyle Fuller, Ronald Darby, and then Nate Hairston, who I believe I read our Broncos writer Nick Kosmiter wrote that Hairston hadn't played in the slot until last week when they kind of just threw him out there. So there you go. Veteran safeties, Justin Simmons is legit. Veteran Kareem Jackson still in the league. I don't know. Their defense is predicated on muddying the picture for the quarterback, I would say. They want to make him hold on to the football. That's really how they get their pass rush going, paint a cloudy picture for him. So this is like not the week to be counting on Jalen Hurts to be going through his progressions or anything like that. You know, you need to, I would say, go with the blueprint we talked about earlier.
And and the Eagles defense is, as opposed to muddying the picture, their job is to squeegee the picture to make it
I would say clear.
Possible.
Yeah, right. Clear it up. Yeah,
right. Like
a little windshield. I love using the windshield wiper fluid. Like, I feel like I overuse that. Anytime I'm driving, if there's even a little thing, I'm saying let it rip. You only live once.
I know Bo's not big on points. I know that's not a stat that he values. It needs some really clever acronym. If our listeners can think of like an acronym that is real esoteric for points.
Okay, how about points per drive?
But the Denver Broncos allow 17 points per game, which is the 2nd fewest in the NFL. So I know it's
you know what's funny, because I've been thinking about how it's weird that you don't like the Eagles offense more, because they are 9th on 3rd down and 3rd in the red zone, and you love situational football.
I do
like
love
those are the things
football.
that you care most about. It's bizarre that you don't give them more respect.
I care a lot about getting off the field and reducing points. Or on offense, staying on the field and scoring points. So we need a good acronym for that. But 17 points per game. That's they've been really good at keeping points down this season.
Okay, tell me if this is just me being cranky.
Yes.
Or if I have a reason to be cranky here. You know, I did the thing posted on little notes on the 25 Eagles on offense.
Don't get fired.
And one of them is just a side by side of Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts, their careers thus far. In 20 starts for Gardner Minshew, 13 starts for Jalen Hurts.
I like this.
And there's a little just like highlight of who's better in each category. And Gardner Minshew has 17 fumbles and Jalen Hurts has 14 fumbles. So Gardner Minshew is highlighted because he has played in, like, his ratio is higher. So a guy in the comments says 17 fumbles is better than 14 fumbles, Bo. And then I say, yes, 17 and 20 is better than 14 and 13. And then he says, then you should have put down the rate per game instead of the absolute numbers then, Bo.
Yeah, I would agree with him there. I think that's a little confusing otherwise.
I thought you did a really good job on that piece.
I couldn't wait for you to turn around there. I actually don't think that's unreasonable though.
I thought Bo did a really good job on that. I thought Bo did a really good job on that piece. I know he can't hear us right now, but I thought that it was a really good combination of good info that you can't find elsewhere, and funny lines and writing. So I would recommend all our listeners go check that out.
I guess I give our readers too much credit for being able to understand denominators.
Yeah, but you
Customer's
didn't
always
have
right.
the denominator in there.
It's in there at the top.
No, I don't know. So do the work for him. Make life easy for your readers. All right, let's go to a break.
So I gotta say, the slog of the NFL season sort of tends to chip away at my productivity in terms of, working out, making yourself feel better. I have not been as active on the Peloton during the season as I was, over the summer. And, part of that is just the beats of the week and, traveling, and part of it is just, you get out of the habit and you start to make excuses. Well, guess what? Guess what I did today? I went on the Peloton, did a little 30-minute ride with Robin, and I felt a lot better. You got to do it. You got to find time, and Peloton makes it easy, makes it fun, makes it productive. So, here's what you need to know. You never work out alone on the Peloton. You ride with coworkers and friends. You work out with interest groups like Working Moms of Peloton or Peloton Parents. Peloton has endless class variety to keep your workouts feeling fresh, like cycling. That's pretty much what I do. Strength, yoga, bar, meditation, and more. You can choose based on the instructor that you like. You can choose based on the music that you like. You can choose based on what kind of ride you want to have. It's all good stuff. And what you need to do is visit onepeloton.com to learn more. Try Peloton classes free for the rest of the year. New members only. Visit onepeloton.com/app to learn more. Terms apply. Peloton. When your workout is a joy, it's a joy to work out. Learning a new language can feel intimidating. When I first decided to give Cockney a shot, I was worried about the level of difficulty, the time commitment, and having to hear how my accent sounded out loud. Well, I think we all know it worked out pretty well. But thanks to Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app, the whole process was addictively fun, fast, and easy. Whether you want to learn a new language for an upcoming trip or as an engaging new hobby, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use. We have this thing right now where Casey, my almost 4-year-old, will keep asking us what a word is in Spanish or in French or a couple other languages. And it's very easy to just be able to just pull it up on Babbel. So it's helping me be, I want to say, a better parent, a more engaged parent. So thank you to Babbel for that. Here's what you need to know. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code BIRDS. That's BABBEL.com, code BIRDS, for an extra 3 months free. All right. Swooper Soarcasting. Sheil has a 4 1/3 to 2 1/3 lead on both Zach and me. And Zach has the most turkeys with which to play this week. He has 37. Sheil has 35. I wiped out my full slate, so I only have 24.
Honestly, I'm pretty surprised we're only 30 minutes in and we're getting to Swooper. I had to scramble last minute for a final one, but I just got it, so we're all good.
I had more points about the Broncos we were going to discuss, but we can just get to it in the predictions.
Yeah,
and then
go ahead.
Go ahead.
And then there's some other stuff. No, that's okay. That's okay.
No,
I was
ahead.
just saying take a break. I didn't say we had to get to Swooper.
I was
I thought
curious
Bo needed a
because of how much we spent. I'm sorry, how much time we spent on the wide receivers last year. And I think Jerry Jeudy was the wide receiver that we all liked the most. What do you think of Jeudy so far?
I think I had CD 1 over.
Okay. Did you
Jeudy
CD 1?
Yeah.
Okay. I had Jeudy 1. What do you think of Jeudy so far? And I was going to ask you too, who do you like more, Jeudy or Devontae Smith?
Good one. I still do like a Jeudy. I think he had a lot of drops last year, if memory serves, was his big issue, which I don't if you're if you're getting open and can make plays and you have some drops, I'm like, I can definitely live with that. He obviously has not been in a, playing for a great offensive coach or in a, last year, you really have no shot with that offense. So I like Judy. If I could pick one, I'm kind of smitten with, Devontae Smith has shown with certainly not great circumstances that he can produce. So I think it's a tough one. I think it's a toss up. I think I might go with the homer pick and say I would rather have Devontae Smith. You?
I think I'd rather have Devontae Smith. I mean, I have the information of a year of Jerry Jeudy being not bad, but just a little bit underwhelming.
I mean, Drew Lock.
Yeah, I'm not killing him, but I'd rather have Devontae.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Jalen Hurts is like lighting the league on fire as a thrower.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and then you brought up Hurts and Locke, and Locke was the quarterback that I was talking about last year in terms of how the Eagles had a limited sample size on Jalen Hurts, really the same sample size or a comparable sample size to what the Broncos had in 2019 when they stuck with Drew Lock. And then last year it was not conclusive enough, right? And then this year they don't add a quarterback in the draft when they had the opportunity to do so. They bring in Teddy Bridgewater as competition for Drew Lock. Bridgewater wins. Is there, if you had to handicap it, and this is probably for a podcast during the offseason, or I guess during December and January, but I could see the Eagles doing what like the Broncos did, which is bringing Hurts back and like bringing some type of competition against him, as opposed to drafting that clear-cut starter or acquiring that clear-cut starter, right? Like short of them landing one of those big name, a Russell Wilson type, and short of them falling in love with a top 15 quarterback, then what are your options at that point? So it's just something to think about, because the Broncos are in that period that the Eagles are essentially in now as well.
Yeah, I think Drew Lock was so bad last year. I mean, I thought he was a disaster, like worst starter in the NFL. I mean, I know there were Broncos fans who were thinking he still had a shot. I mean, I thought it would have been a complete disaster for them to just go into this season with him, like complete mismanagement. I think Hurts is actually, all right, he's not as good as Teddy Bridgewater, I think, and he's a different type of player. But if we're talking about getting a floor of competence, there are signs that he can get you that, and we talked about it on the last show. Again, not great. You have to play a certain type of way. But yeah, I could see, the Eagles saying, we don't love any of these quarterbacks this year, kick the can down we'll accumulate assets and kick it. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of an annoying way to do it. Like, how many seasons are you just throwing away where you don't really love your quarterback? So I don't love that.
I would much rather.
Well, Denver,
another year than like use a late first or early second round pick on someone like, Kenny Pickett or whoever. Not that I have done the work.
You would have to think the quarterback has, if you're taking a flyer on a guy, you need to think he has a high ceiling. You might not be confident that he's going to reach it, but you feel like, all right, the best version of this guy is going to be a legit guy. We don't know if he's going to get there. That would be fine. I'm with you. If it's a low ceiling guy who's just like, all right, yeah, he's, you don't want the safe, could be okay type quarterback. I don't understand using resources on that when you have a guy on the roster on a rookie contract who might be able to give you that. Now, if you say, well, Hurts has these, he has limitations. You have to play a certain type of way. You can't really pass the football the way you want to. Then, all right, maybe you can sell me on that a little bit. I mean, the Broncos, I'm not like the Broncos have been in a weird spot. They kicked John Elway out. He was doing a terrible job.
Kicked him up.
Still in the organization, kicked him up. Then the new GM takes on George Payton. He takes on Vic Fangio. We don't know if Vic Fangio is going to be there next year. Payton tells Peter King it's harder to find a number one corner than a number one quarterback, and that's why he took Surtain. So that franchise is in my opinion, the roster's not bad. Like if you told me they were going to get one of these quarterbacks that's available in the offseason, I think they could be a really interesting team, because
like Rodgers,
their skill positions or Russell Wilson, their skill positions are good. I think Fangio can get the most out of your defensive personnel. If you can add some pass rush and a quarterback, like they could be really good next year. But overall, I don't know that they have a very good plan.
Very quickly, I have to correct myself. We all did rank Jerry Jeudy first. I just looked it up, so I apologize for correcting you, Zach.
Well, and
Jalen-
then the last thing I was going to ask. Oh, I'm sorry. You go.
I have a couple things. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. I put this in the piece today. I don't think we've given him enough credit because we talked about it so much in the lead into the season, how important it was going to be for him to reverse his trend of turning the ball over.
Right.
Only 3 quarterbacks in the entire league have turned the ball over less on a per game basis than Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
He has been very, very good at avoiding turnovers. So I think he deserves more credit than we've given him on that regard.
And as a team, I think they're like bottom 5 in turnovers or something. So if we want to give the coaching staff credit, I never know if that's a coaching thing or not, or luck or whatever, but at least they're not, turning it over 3 times every week. So that's good.
And then
Phillies hired a sports Indian. Who did the Phillies hire?
Yeah, they hired a
27-year-old from the Rays
as an assistant GM.
I didn't know he was a sports Indian.
Oh, okay. Well, look me up, whoever that is. We can get you on the Philly Sports Indian text thread.
And
that doesn't exist, people. But yeah, I don't want people coming at me. Why aren't I on this? I mean, we could start it if people wanted to. And I did hear Sean Desai. Someone asked, did I hear them talk about Sean Desai on Monday Night Football? I did. I think he was taking some heat for the way they played that final. Give me a break. He's playing with Garbanzo Beans players. Their defense has overall been above average this year. They don't have Khalil Mack. They don't have Eddie Jackson. So there you go.
The last thing I wanted to ask you, I was going to ask you at the end of the show, but I'm curious if you guys make anything of the fact that Howie Roseman reportedly will be at the Pittsburgh, North Carolina game tonight.
It does seem it's unusual, right?
Yes. For Howie to be on the road and during the season at a game. It's the type of thing
just wanted
too.
to see Pittsburgh.
And you go like you're not going to just see Pittsburgh's prospects, right? You're going to see quarterbacks. Number one. Number two, it's the fact that it might be a smokescreen, or it might be the type of thing where it's due diligence. But if you're there, that it's
people know that you're there. Right.
Exactly. Like Howie Roseman's not sitting in the press box at away games, right? Like he's, when you go to these games as a college scout, you're sitting in the press box, right? And so it's pretty noteworthy to me that he's on the road on a Thursday night at a game with other GMs that are going to be there, and it's not like Alabama, Ohio State in the national championship. It's Pittsburgh, North Carolina. Like you're going for a specific reason.
Well, I think what will be interesting will be to see if this is it, right? Or like it would be bizarre if this is the only game he's going to. Like, presumably, we would think he'll go to a Matt Corral game. Is it Corral or Coral?
Corral.
Well, then,
or Malik Willis game. Like, why didn't he go? Why didn't he go to that game? So because it was a Saturday game and they've got a Sunday game. Like maybe he's trying to take advantage of a Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
Or it could be the type of thing where there's there's a lot of support for, or a lot of high regards for a certain player in the building, and he's going to see for himself. So
I don't think you need to like smoke screen anything in November. I mean, you're supposed to be checking out you're checking out quarterbacks. Everyone knows they need a quarterback.
It's only weird because he hasn't apparently been going to lots of games the past couple of years. So the last thing I was going to do was go back to Devontae Smith again from this piece and see if Sheil had any guesses on statistical profile wise, Devontae Smith in terms of yards per game, yards per reception, his catch rate, and the percentage of his team's passing yards that he is responsible for. If you could think of any rookie receivers who you think might be similar to him
this year,
from the past 20 years or so. I don't know. Have you got any guesses? Like, if he reminds you of anybody?
0.
Okay.
Who is
it? And me here. You can't give me like a.
No, tell me. I mean, I have no idea.
So the two who are most similar, Dwayne Bowe from 2007.
Oh, I heard a really funny Dwayne Bowe thing recently.
Did he get involved in something on Twitter? It was like one of the pieces of Twitter football drama from the past week or so. He
Was
he,
it
like,
OBJ
inserted himself in?
I think it was OBJ complaining.
Oh, you know what it was? Yeah,
he was like,
that
"They
always
did me
happens
like
in
that."
Cleveland or something. Yeah, and he was like
He's
washed
like,
at
they
that
did
point.
me like that too. You haven't had the career, Odell
Yeah.
Beckham's had. All right.
I mean, he was pretty good for his first couple of years.
You know,
and
was
then-
coaching him then, by the way? Nick Sirianni, I believe.
All right, there you go.
All right. Let's sort
And T. Higgins is the other one. And then if you
I like-
go,
I like the T. Higgins. You can check that out. That's on
and
the record.
the next level is Deshaun Jackson and Stephon Diggs. So that's the immediate
right.
company that he's keeping.
Those would be good.
So there you go. All right, are we ready for Swooper Soarcasting?
We are. Sorry for that deviation.
We are ready. Okay. So do we want to refresh on turkeys?
I have
37.
24. Zach has 37. Sheil has 35.
Okay. All right. Let's kick things off with the Broncos have more rushing yards than the Eagles.
3.
4.
How many turkeys do I have?
Jesus Christ, we've said it
You
like
have
8
34.
times already.
Yeah, you have 34.
Wow.
No, he has
Bo.
35.
Oh, he's 35. Sorry, I'm cheating.
See?
You.
You
I'm
didn't
throwing the
say
bow
enough.
here. Yeah.
Three,
We had a
4.
JC drop in here.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Justin Catanoso, my
God. 4. Going once.
college journalism.
5.
6.
7.
Broncos. They had a big rushing game last week.
Do I hear 8?
8.
Going once?
9.
10.
You're
are you
in?
No, do I hear
This is not
10?
turkeys.
Oh,
We didn't
sorry.
know.
Do I hear 10? Going once?
I'll go 10.
Anyone topping 10?
No,
No.
I'm good.
No.
All right, sold to Bo for 10. Big first one. Okay, back to the JHs. Jordan Howard is targeted either by a pass or an opposing defender.
What does that mean by an opposing defender? Like
If a defensive player gets called for targeting on Jordan Howard, that counts.
Do they have targeting in the NFL?
I mean, if they don't call it, they don't call it. It's not.
No, but in college they call it targeting, right? In
Okay.
the NFL, it would just be what?
Leading with the head.
Unnecessary roughness. Yeah.
Okay, well then it won't happen.
All right. I'm not going to.
Jordan Howard has not been targeted by a pass this year.
Or last year, probably. I
2.
can't give the. Okay.
Going once. Going twice.
3.
Oh, you
big
saucy
spender.
minx.
Do I hear 4? All right. Going once, going twice. Sold to Z-Burn for 3. Okay, let's kick off the start of the Vic Fangio.
I should have
Swoopers.
bid on that. That was a good one. You might get that, Zach.
I don't think so.
The broadcast mentions Vic Fangio grew up as an Eagles-Philly sports fan. Zach, this has your name written all over it.
Yes, I can give you a little background on this as well. But I
Yeah,
can't
bet you
imagine
can.
people want that.
Let's
Where did
hear
he
it.
grow up? Like the Poconos?
Dunmore, I believe, which is like the Scranton area.
Okay.
And I can tell you his favorite players if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, his favorite Eagles were Tom Woodchick. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Bill Bergey, Harold Jackson, Roman Gabriel. He was big into Mike Schmidt, and Dick Allen were his all-time favorite Philly guys as well.
Okay. There you go.
All right, so you bidding on this one, Zach?
1.
2.
3.
Do I hear
So
4?
I don't know much about the Adam Archuleta broadcasts, right? Like I
Oh,
had
is he
seen
the broadcaster?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
Greg
broadcaster.
Gumbel and Adam Archuleta.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
seen enough
favorite.
of Charles Davis to know that Charles Davis is a student of football history. So I figured that Herb Adderley one was going to hit. I'm gambling a bit here because I don't know if Adam Archuleta is really into the the hometown thing, but I guess I'll go 4, right? Because
Adam Archuleta had my favorite, the best flex of any broadcaster this season during the London game. He goes to Greg Gumbel. He goes, I don't know if you know this, Greg, but I like to watch a lot of film.
I thought it was like, he's like, you know how I like to watch a lot of film, right?
Yeah, maybe I screwed it up. I think about
And
that
then it
once
was,
a
and
day.
then like whatever followed it up was like very unimpressive. Like,
Yeah. All right. No, I don't want anything to do with this.
So wait, so am I at 3 or 4?
you got a 3.
3. Okay.
I feel like you're gonna hit this too.
All right. Sorry, I lost my spot. Okay, next. A punt gains a net of less than 25 yards.
So a big return could wipe that out.
2.
Where
3.
do I hear?
Who got it?
4.
I didn't even know that. Oh, okay.
There you
5.
go.
I'm out.
I'm out
Zach?
as well. I'm out as well.
All right, sold to Bo for 5.
That's a fun one to root for. A punt from the 44-yard line into the end zone. Let's go.
Oh, that's true. Actually, I should have been more aggressive there.
Okay, this is another fun one Bo might want to root for.
1.
There are multiple shots during the broadcast of Pat Shurmur in the booth.
This was my first. I was going to say with no expression on his face or yawning or something, but I thought I would just play it straight because otherwise it might be confusing.
3.
4.
5.
6.
So multiple shots. Let's clarify it.
More than one.
At separate
8.
times. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you bid 8 or
No, I
8
was
shots?
I wanted it to be 8 separate shots. So I wanted to bump
Gotcha.
it up.
I would watch just a Shurmur cam,
So would I.
see what he's doing up there. So what are we on?
I think 4.
Who? All right. Did I say 4?
Zach, you bid 3, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
I think
I bid
Sheil, you
4.
said 4.
5.
6. I'm not losing this one.
7.
8.
9.
10.
I was bidding you up there. You said you're not losing it, but
I
don't wanna be
wanted you
stuck
to
in the-
stop Sheil and let Zach get stuck with it.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
I
Getting
might
stuck
still,
there at
I
11.
might still do
Yeah.
that.
No, you can have it for 10.
That's why I said that. See?
You can have it for 10.
I was going next level on you.
Hope to see Pat in Denver.
Yeah, I bet you do, Mr. Barkley Prime.
Steakhouse?
All right. Teddy Bridgewater said season
We know what
high-
your Saturday night plans are. Most expensive steakhouse in downtown Denver.
Stop that. That's ridiculous. Okay? Stop that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I
Zach
should
and
not have
Pat.
grown up. It's ridiculous.
I don't understand the joke, so I'll just keep going. Teddy Bridgewater set season high in completion percentage greater than 77.8%.
Oh, well, you got to get 80 against the Eagles.
Right. If you are worth anything, you get 80 against the Eagles. Teddy Bridgewater, 3rd in the league in completion percentage.
2.
3.
3. 4.
4. 5.
Do I hear 6?
6.
Going once.
7.
Do I hear 8? Going once. Going twice. Sold to Sheil for 7. All right. Both Noah Fant and Dallas Goedert score a touchdown.
3.
Crickets? No one?
There was a question today about how, why have the tight ends been so successful against the Eagles defense, which is not true.
Yeah, I haven't found that to be the case either.
And it's not been the case. I mean, they shut down George Kittle.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce didn't do anything.
I think it was like a reaction to Parham.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Your we haven't given you enough love for your Parham drop last week, and then all of a sudden the guy's just out there dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, if Tyree Jackson's going to turn into that, unbelievable.
Get Tyree more involved. That all the 13 personnel talk this week. And again, I'm not I think that it's not that creative to have a formation that has Devontae Smith on the sideline, right? I will go on record strongly and say I would rather Devontae Smith on the field than Jack Stoll. That's my hot take of the day.
I don't know. I think we might have to debate you on that one.
So 13 personnel was
so much.
13 personnel was working. I get it, but I don't think it's real innovative to get Jack Stoll and Tyree Jackson on the field and have Devontae Smith or Quez Watkins on the sideline.
Jack Stoll, second in the league in most routes run while only being targeted once. Sheil, can you name who's number one?
No.
I can.
Fangio's not peeping his
it?
Pull up to see Stoll and Tyree Jackson.
It's that Panthers wide receiver, right?
No.
Oh, that was in the chart. It was.
All right.
By the way, to circle back yesterday, I don't know if you saw my tweet last night. To you,
I did. I was laughing because I saw it, but I wasn't in position to even do anything. It just popped up on my screen, and then I checked it, and I don't think that got
not a single like.
Not a single like. Normally, when you tweet me, it will at least get a like from some sicko who gets the joke. With this one, did not get one. I mean, that's what do you call it? A feelie? This is like the version of I don't know what we can call it, but when you tweet something at another
host, I think, Whiteside. It was
another host of the show, and there's not one single person engaging in it. I mean, that is an accomplishment. But yes, Bo was pointing out that Demarcus Robinson is what the other wide receiver who is lower than Jalen Reagor in yards per out run.
All right. What are we starting betting at here?
Oh, Zach bid 3, I believe.
Yes, and I think I got that. Enough time has elapsed for anyone else to bid, so I think I should.
You don't know that.
All right, going one.
Marissa is the arbiter here.
Going once, going twice.
4.
Honestly, the past 5 minutes you couldn't have put a bid in.
We were talking about something else.
You can have it.
Oh,
okay.
That's a tough parlay to hit.
Okay.
Although I do like Noah Fant.
Mac McCain's name is mentioned on the broadcast.
So Sheil, just so you know, Mac McCain, released by the Eagles, originally claimed because he was cut by the Broncos at the end of roster cutdowns. The Broncos added him to their active roster, claimed him off waivers. So basically, it was a 6th-round pick and Mac McCain for Kerry Vincent. Basically, the Broncos just decided they'd rather have him than Kerry Vincent and take a 6th-round pick.
That's not true.
I know that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm not bidding on this one.
I'll say one.
Zach?
He could make a special teams tackle.
Is he going to be up?
Probably not, but he could be.
Going once.
2.
Bo, do I hear 3?
You got it.
Wow. Okay. Back to Vic
That'll
Fangio.
be a fun one if you get it.
The broadcast captures Vic Fangio either doing a fist pump, one arm/hand, or raising both hands in the air to celebrate something that happens.
This was mine because I don't know how many people
Yeah,
paid
of course it
attention
was.
To Broncos Cowboys last week, but my gosh, talk about the season leader and a coach feeling himself during a game. I mean, Fangio was just like going nuts on the sideline at these 4th down stops. After the game, he's saying like, we put down the blueprint for how to stop the Cowboys. You know, other teams played with like too much fear against them. So Fangio is sort of a feisty type of coach, it seems like, and so that's why I chose this one.
As I would expect of someone from Dunmore, Pennsylvania.
I know that's right. I will start the bidding at 3 for this.
Do I hear 4?
5.
6.
I can't bid.
Zach?
7.
Wow. Sheil?
How many more after this?
3. Including one of yours.
The Derby one that we know is coming up.
Oh, right.
You can have it, Sheil.
Okay.
You got it for what? Sheil, 8?
8.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Next is the Eagles defense forces a turnover.
3.
5.
6.
7.
8.
Sheil, bows out.
10.
I have no insight on what your Derby one is. That's the issue here.
You weren't a loyal Birds with Friends listener before you came on. I'm sure the listeners know.
Oh, I know. Yeah. He's gonna have his back to the ball on
Something.
passing.
You're on the right
The
track.
announcers, the announcers are going to talk about how good his coverage
Hey,
was.
hey, over there.
11.
You got it.
11.
Zach can't. Sheil can't bid.
Boy.
Wow. All right. 2 more. Here we go.
I think Zach is going to clean up this week.
I
Ronald
wanted that
Darby gives up an explosive play, 20 yards or more, or a touchdown, where a reasonable person might say he was in good coverage position, but just didn't make a play on the ball. And then this also, it could not fit on the graphic, but it does. It does say, if it is controversial, we'll leave it up to a Twitter poll.
How many does Zach have left?
18.
Jeez, Zach. And there's one more after this?
Yeah.
1.
2.
3.
Oh, you're still in this? I thought you were out.
I've got 5.
Oh, 5.
Ah, damn.
You can have it.
Oh, ho, ho.
Wow. All right. Last one. The longest touchdown of the game is longer than 40 yards.
5.
6.
You got it.
Wow. Zach has a lot, right?
Zach has a lot. Zach is going to
Zach's
kill us
like
this week.
Fangio. He's
I
feeling
think.
himself. Look at him.
Zach, let's
So-
see it.
Got
Fist up.
Zach's
Two
got the
hands.
most, and
don't celebrate
he's got
before,
the most
yeah.
turkeys left over.
Act like
So
you've been there before.
Zach has Jordan Howard is targeted. Vic Fangio, the broadcast mentions that Vic Fangio grew up an Eagles fan. Mac McCain is
Or
mentioned.
Philadelphia sports fan. That was
Okay.
on there. Yes.
Yeah.
Take it easy. The Eagles defense forces a turnover, and there is a 40-plus yard touchdown in the game. Now, is that from scrimmage?
It's in the box score. Yeah.
But so like a kickoff return would not count, or
No,
it does count.
No, that doesn't count.
It's got to be from scrimmage. Okay, well that's an important clarification.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I-
You disagree?
That was a chat one.
I was under the impression that it included any touchdown.
All right, fine.
That's more than
Give-
40.
Okay, well then
yards.
we'll reopen the bidding.
That you can't retroactive. I mean, this isn't the. No, this is.
All right, if it didn't specify,
Yeah.
that's true. All right, so interception return.
No, I feel
Should
like
flat. Could you have it on the screen, Marissa? The exact wording. Who
Yeah.
did this one?
I could go find it back in the chat.
Longest touchdown of the game is longer than
No,
40
yeah,
yards.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, special teams,
Okay, all
interception.
right.
Yeah, as long as it's a touchdown and it's in the
Exactly.
whatever game thing is more than 40, it counts. I
All
agree.
right. Sheil has there are 2+ shots of Pat Shimmer in the booth.
Zach
Petty-
is just like, vicious this week. Unbelievable.
Trying to
I
have
was-
more
I
think
backbone.
he's-
I was under the impression.
I think he's still mad that who's the guy? Oh yeah, he's so mad. He's still mad that Charlie Munger is getting raked over the coals for his ridiculous prison-like dormitory that he's making a college build.
Yeah, that
Just
has
story.
nothing. That has nothing to do with
nothing.
that.
Your boy Munger getting dragged. 2 plus 2 plus shots.
What a line for football Eagles podcast. Like, imagine if someone you knew, like, happened to be an Eagles fan listening to this. It's like, yo, you boy Munger getting dragged. You said it so like confident.
What? And,
So
and by the way, wasn't that a
aggressively.
few weeks ago? Like I literally have not thought about that.
Oh my god! I don't know anything about it, but when we do add new T-shirts, I think that might need. I would buy one that says that on it.
Fangio fist bump, the Ronald Darby thing, and Teddy Bridgewater with a season best at completion percentage. Mine suck. I have the Broncos have more rushing yards than the Eagles. There's a net punt of 25 yards or less than 25 yards, and Fant and Goddard both scored touchdowns. So there you
go. Gosh!
All right.
Unbelievable. All right, and we do
Crystal ball deagle time.
Crystal ball deagle. Okay. I guess I can go first. So I already gave mine today. I mean, do you feel bad that this
What's
is the
the
second
line
time
here?
I'm giving my prediction today? Actually,
I
it's
believe
the
it's
third
2.5
time,
and
really.
44, and I think it's
I think
it's
it
2.5
bumped up
and
to
44
3.
and a half is the
Someone
is
checked
the
that
over-under.
MGM.
It's
I think it bumped up to 3. All right, so I think they can
Wait,
win
why
this
is it
game.
why is it your third time giving the prediction?
Well, I have my picks that come out this
then you
morning.
go on the radio.
And I get the WIP hit, and now this. So I think they can win this game. I think it will be competitive. I think the teams are probably relatively evenly matched. But when I just watch this defense week in and week out against quarterbacks who are competent, I know, Bo, you were saying that the scale of quarterbacks, which I think is a fun thing to sort of keep an eye on the rest of the way. But I just feel like the Broncos
we will
are gonna be
legitimately find out this week whether Teddy Bridgewater is good or not.
Well, I mean, they can run the ball. One of my things was going to be Javonte Williams is in the top 3 in yards after contact among running backs this week, but then I had to get the Darby one in there. But Javonte Williams is fun. You're going to like a Javonte. Well, I think we all did like Javonte Williams, but like it's translated. Like he had a run last week. He's just carrying guys, and so they're going to be able to run the ball. Teddy Bridgewater is very accurate in the short intermediate part of the field, so they'll just be able to move the ball down the field. So unless you're getting to Teddy Bridgewater, and it's a defense that hasn't had a sack in 3 out of the last 4 games, now they're going up against a banged up offensive line. If you aren't able to pressure him, I just think he'll be able to move the ball down the field pretty easily against them. So I'm not going to pick the Eagles. I'm going to pick the Broncos. I think the Eagles offense can stick to the blueprint it's had, run the ball, play action, let Jalen Hurts create a little bit. And I think they'll score a little bit, but I'm going to go Broncos 24, Eagles 20. So Denver covers.
So the last time the Eagles played the Broncos was 2013 in Denver. And I believe that Broncos
Last
offense,
time they played them in Denver.
In Denver, yeah. And I believe that Broncos offense was the best offense in NFL history. If points matter, like 38 points per game. So I imagine that the halftime, I imagine that the halftime ceremony this week will be Peyton Manning kind of awarding Nick Sirianni for, like having a special honor for the Eagles offense, right? Which the from one great to, it takes that 2013 Broncos offense to recognize that this 2021 Eagles offense is the only thing that could compare to it.
I love how Zach started the show with going one way, but then he just lean into it. This is
I'm sorry.
Fun.
I'm just messing around there. But okay, so I actually think the Eagles defense is going to play better this week. Whether they play well enough, I'm still skeptical. I think Jonathan Gannon needs to have a better game plan. They need to be more aggressive. If you're giving them a lot of space, if you're giving, let Teddy Bridgewater beat you down the field. Like, let them have explosive plays against you, right? Don't let them beat you with a high percentage quarterback completing a high percentage. I think that if I'm Nick Sirianni and I'm meeting with Jonathan Gannon, I am telling him that if we lose on an 80-yard pass, so be it. Let's not lose with an 80% quarterback anymore. So I'm real curious to see about that. But I think this Broncos defense is going to make it difficult for the Eagles. And so I like the Eagles to cover, but I like the Broncos to win. I am going Broncos 23, Eagles 21.
Okay. Well, to your point, Zach, it's not like the Broncos have been dink and dunk, as Sheil said. They've been throwing the ball downfield. I mean, Bridgewater's completion percentage is 3rd in the league, but their ADOT is 7th. Part of the reason why Bridgewater's numbers are so good is they're combining those things. So I don't think that it's going to be this crazy get the ball out super quick like we've seen against the Eagles at times this season. I think their time to throw is towards the bottom 3rd of the league. But that means that they've invited pressure. They're 29th in sack rate. They've got injuries along the offensive line. We said it last week that we were expecting some plays by the Eagles defensive line, but I think they are going to come through with that this week. I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles in an upset because I think it's a little bit of recency bias. Broncos had their best win of the season last week. Maybe they come down a little bit. Eagles coming off a loss. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched. And so I will take the Eagles pulling off the upset 26-23. Okay. And Zach killing the offense for not scoring more points.
Well, some people think points matter.
Jalen Hurts leads a last-second touchdown drive, and Zach writes about how they didn't score 30, and so nobody should be celebrating.
No, but they're as long as their EPA is good, that's what matters, right? So,
outstanding. All right,
I'm joking.
All right, that'll do it.
So we'll have our post-game pod from Denver. Look forward to that.
That's right.
What do you think of a 2:30 kick? I actually like Mountain Time. It's like a good blend.
I like a Mountain Time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good blend between the West Coast time and the East Coast time.
I agree with that.
Okay. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm not going to give you my
no problem. Look forward to going out to Denver. Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of Birds with Friends. As a reminder, of course, you can subscribe to The Athletic for a good deal at theathletic.com/birdswithfriends. If you do not already do so, make sure you are evangelizing the pod. Download, delete, subscribe, re-download, all that good stuff. Leave comments on Sheil's Instagram, and we'll talk to you on the post-game pod late Sunday night. For Zach, Marissa, Sheil, and Elijah, I'm Bo. Thanks for listening, and as always, we love you.